Developing news just 2 years after pulling all American troops out of Iraq. President Obama sending nearly 275 soldiers and Marines back in to protect the U.S. Embassy from Islamic militants who are seizing city after city. Andrea Fujii is live in the KCAL 9 newsroom with the very latest development in the battle for Iraq. Andrea.
Sylvia, as tensions escalate in Iraq, President Obama has announced hundreds of troops are now in and around Iraq, but insists we will not be dragged into another war. I spoke with a USC professor tonight who says our presence there will not affect the sectarian violence. The most recent city taken by Sunni insurgents is Tal Afar, and they vow to fight until they take the Iraqi Shiite-led capital of Baghdad. Now, President Obama, who just returned to Washington from Southern California, told Congress he's sent 170 armed soldiers and Marines to Iraq and will keep 100 troops in a nearby country as needed. The troops already in Iraq will provide security for personnel still at the U.S. Embassy, but they are equipped to fight. USC Law and International Relations professor Edwin Smith says it's a small amount of armed forces.
This number of troops will not affect any military activity outside of the U.S. Embassy and in Iraq generally.
The Navy carrier USS George H.W. Bush and 2 other warships are in the Persian Gulf, ready to send Tomahawk missiles and hundreds of Marines if needed. But President Obama has vowed to keep U.S. forces out of combat in Iraq. The Sunni insurgents known as ISIS, or the Islamic State of Iraq and Syria, have posted graphic photos claiming to show mass killings of Iraqi government soldiers. Smith says the propaganda was meant to instill fear, but has probably done the opposite.
Get Shia fighters to come out and support the Shia government.
Like Shiite Abu Ali Khalek in Sadr City, who vows to fight. There is a pressing need to defeat terrorism and back the army, he said. The army is strong. Now, the White House is also considering sending a limited number of special forces into Iraq. Their mission would be to train Iraqi soldiers. Live in the newsroom, Andrea Fujii, KCAL 9 News.